saying that Nigeria is a farmland for some persons where all they do is harvest without planting is an understatement. I know why I'm saying this, but just follow me small. Renew chop for the boys. That's for Minister of Interior. That's where we are visiting today. Anchor Data Software Solution Limited is a company registered in Nigeria. It's the original developer of eCityBiz for the Ministry of Interior since 2012. The ministry entered into a PPP arrangement with the company to build, operate, and transfer with the company on behalf of the federal government on the 24th of April 2012 for the management and maintenance of eCityBiz. And this company has been managing the application since 2012 by automating, establishing, and building a software and database with an interactive portal which captures application for all the business-related services by the federal government, e.g., business permit, expatriate quota, marriages and licenses of place of worship or marriage. And then the contract was renewed in 2017 and then also 2023 by the ministry. I remember the days of Abamoro, they were going around and saying, look, we have automated, expatriate quota and the rest. Certainly, with everything with government, there's revenue sharing. Federal government was to take 40%, the company will take 20%, they reserve 30% for cyber and physical security and maintenance, while operational cost was 10%. Upon the start of the proposal, the ministry had just 2 marriage registries, remember, one in Abuja and one in Lagos, that were working. And this company created 11 more marriage registry spread across the 6 geopolitical zone of the country and employed, they brought it to 13 and employed over 203 staff, engaged by them to run this marriage registry. The federal government, the ministry's entire eCityBiz database, hosted by Galaxy Backbone, became a national security that has been built over the course of 13 years, and the entire information of the ministry is domiciled therein. As the ministry was also able to absorb most of all its automation need from processing application, end-to-end interfacing with users, and a payment portal linked through a remitter, which also enabled government to make billions annually through the ministry. With a click of the button from their headquarters in Abuja, as applications were all processed here seamlessly. Now, fast track to today, 2023, a new government came on board. And with every new government in Nigeria, an appointment of ministers and this thing comes with that mentality of, what is in it for me? And if nothing they, be sure they will bring their own people. And with this renewed hope, some people say renewed shege people, their renewed hope agenda now to renew everything when their pocket fee collect. Anyway, I don't call anybody name before somebody go say, cyberbullying. Well, despite the sustenance of the existing contract with the Anchor Data and the ministry, on the 2nd of August 2024, the Minister of Interior took a memo to the Federal Executive Council seeking approval with a full business case for a 20-year concession for a company named Value Optimization Services Limited to do the same thing that Anchor Data has been doing for the ministry for 13 years, for which their contract is still subsisting. The interesting part is that this said company, Value Optimization Services Limited, was registered on the 8th of August 2024, 6 days after the memo was approved by FEC. So you can see for yourself. Anyway, make a fair live and there are no talk pass like that. All this information are in the public domain. And on the 15th of April 2025, after they don't perfect, the renew pocket agenda, they issued a 15 days notice of termination to Anchor Data, even though the contract is still subsisting. And by the terms of the contract can only be terminated by giving 3 months notice in the event of any breach. Now, the chua inside the meat be say, the initial contract with Anchor Data was for 5 years and renewable every 5 years. Now, this new one that they are trying to create, despite the substance of, the current one, is for 30 years. They have arranged for themselves. 20 years, with a company that they registered 6 days after the approval from FEC. And the initial fee of $350,000 for registration of business permit, which is 1.5 for renewal, they have also increased their own to 1.5 for registration and 5 million for renewal, an increment of 250% across all board. And despite that, the fact that the matter is in court, the ministry also has issued notices on various platforms. You can see some, informing the public to stop dealing with, that platform by Anchor Data, even though, there are close to 500 applications from various innocent applicants who are not aware of this policy of chopping going on this platform. So what will happen to those people? Nobody's talking about it. As all they hear is that, the ministry have informed the registries to revert back to manual application in the interim. Nigeria, we hate our old dear native land. Who will rescue us? So I will therefore advocate, while we mount the drive for investors and public-private partnership arrangement, who will want to go into an agreement or an arrangement with a government, knowing fully well that such an agreement can be violated at the highest level, Federal Executive Council, without recourse by successive government, without recourse to the previous one? Well, I will advise the Federal Executive Council to save their face and to save the innocent applicants who, for no fault of theirs, are trapped in this mess. They should rescind their decision issued on the 2nd of August 2024 and, allow the current agreement to run its course until its termination date of 2028. That way, the government would have created a transition period and then people won't suffer. Then you'll be able to recover your data. Well, if things remain this way, apart from the attendant consequences on the end user, what is even the guarantee that these 20 years that these people are chopped, that these people are trying to create for themselves, that they will not be thrown out tomorrow when another government comes on board? Anyway, these are questions begging for answer. But make I pause here, before I begin the verse over the matter. But you can join your voices with us by sharing and also adding your comment on all our various media platforms showing on your screen. Because a bad precedent we set and condone today as a people will always find a way to hurt us. I don't talk my own. You can also talk your own. See you next week.